Week 12 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I looked at off the wire this week. The first guy, Emmett Sheehan, a Los Angeles Dodgers. So Sheehan coming up straight from Double-A to the big leagues a few nights ago, and he looked great in his first career start, going 6 innings, no hit ball and 3 Ks. So Sheehan was amongst the league leaders in the minor leagues in strikeout. 6'6", 6'7", starting pitcher. He throws heat, and he's on a Los Angeles Dodger team that obviously is going to get him the run support. And right now, I know Julio Urias, his returns are right around the corner. Dustin May, we really haven't heard much about him. But right now, I believe Sheehan still could even keep a starting rotation spot for this Dodger team with those guys out and coming back in a few weeks with Michael Grove struggling. So right now, Sheehan in the rotation, him and Bobby Miller, 2 good young players in this Dodger system. And it seems like each and every season, the Dodgers produce a decent pitching prospect or two. So right now, Sheehan, like I said, looking great in his major league debut, going 6 innings in that ball game and no hit ball. And right now, he's still available and surprisingly in 73% of fantasy leagues. So until Urias and May come back, you just got to ride it out with Sheehan, I believe. And he should be owned in all 10-team leagues or deeper. So he's definitely a pitcher I would add this week, and probably the most upside of any pitcher on this list I had off the wire this week. So the next pitcher is Dean Kramer of the Baltimore Orioles. So on the season, 8-3 record. 81 innings on the year, 72 strikeouts, a 4.64 ERA, a 1.33 whip, and 6 quality starts on the season for Kramer. So Kramer, it's been an up and down type of year for him, but I think he's still a solid, decent fantasy option in deeper leagues. 12-team leagues or deeper, a guy's going to give you some innings. He's going to have some good games, going to have some bad games. But this Baltimore team, for the most part, playing good baseball this season. So the last few games here for Kramer, June 7th at the Brew Crew. 5 innings, got the loss. 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 Ks in that one. June 13th versus the Jays, 6 innings, got the win. 8 hits, 2 runs, 6 Ks, a quality start. And June 18th at the Cubs, 5 innings, got the win in that one. 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, 7 Ks. So he's going out there pitching decent baseball for the most part. Baltimore's giving him run support. And right now for a pitcher who's 8-3 on the year, I know the ERA isn't all that great, in the mid-4s on the year, but to be out there still in a decent amount of fantasy leagues at 66%, he's definitely a pitcher I would have off the wire this week. The next pitcher I looked at, Braxton Garrett of the Miami Marlins. So this Marlin team, an up-and-coming team in the NL East and the National League this season. And Braxton Garrett, part of this young, exciting rotation this year. So right now, Garrett available still in 54% of fantasy leagues. But after this week, it might not be much longer that he's available. So on the year for Garrett, 69 2/3, 3-2 record, 77 Ks, a 3.88 ERA, a 1.22 whip, and 2 quality starts. And over the last couple weeks here for Garrett, 16 1/3, 2-0 record, 23 Ks, a 2.76 ERA, 0.92 whip, and a quality start. So right here, the only down thing I believe with Garrett is he's not going that deep into games for quality starts, or even sometimes qualifying for a win, where he only has 5 decisions on the season. But like I said, this Marlin team's pitching well. Garrett's gone out there. He's made the most of his opportunities. But the only thing is going deep into games and getting the wins. But everything else, he's going to help in ERA. He's going to help in strikeouts. And he's just going to help overall, I believe, as a nice back-end piece for your roster. June 5th versus the Royals. 5 innings, got the win. 6 hits, 4 runs, 6 Ks. And 11th at the White Sox, 5 1/3. No decision, 3 hits in that one, a walk, 9 Ks. And then June 17th at the Nats, 6 innings, got the win in that game. 4 hits, a run, a walk, 8 Ks. So like I said, the strikeouts, he's definitely ringing up over the last few outings with 23 strikeouts here for Garrett in only last 3 outings. So right now, he's doing a great job for fantasy baseball. And like I said, very surprising, he's still out there in 54% of fantasy leagues. I definitely give him an ad this week. The next pitcher, Wade Miley of the Milwaukee Brewers. Miley, he came back quicker than most people expected. Only a couple rehab starts, and he went out there and pitched well. So on the year, 46 2/3, 4-2 record, 28 Ks, a 3.28 ERA, 1.09 whip, and 4 quality starts. So Miley, we know he's a pitcher that's not going to go that deep into games. A 5-6 inning pitcher at best is Miley, but he's going to give you innings. He keeps the ball down for the most part, and he's been a solid 5th starter around the league over the last few seasons. I know he's bounced from team to team, is Wade Miley, but I believe he still can help fantasy owners. Out there in 74% of fantasy leagues, coming off the injured list, maybe a little time off helped him, and it definitely did. I know his matchup was a pretty decent one on paper versus the Pirates, who aren't that great of a hitting team, but we'll see what Miley does. So in his return, June 17th versus the Pirates, 5 innings, got the win. 2 hits in that one, 2 walks, 4 Ks. So right now as a back-end rotation guy for your roster, I think he's a decent ad. 12 and 14 team leagues, preferably for Wade Miley, or deep points leagues in 10 teams. So right now, if you need a back-end guy, he's going to need some innings, keep that ERA down, and help in points leagues for the most part. I think Miley's a decent ad this week, and I would give him an ad. The next pitcher, another Milwaukee Brewers teammate, Julio Taijuan. The Brewers, the Taijuan's definitely turned things around after we really haven't seen him in the major leagues in the last 2 or 3 seasons. So on the year here for Taijuan, 30 and a third. 2-2 record, 20 Ks, a 1.78 ERA, 0.82 whip, and 4 quality starts. So he's going out there. He's keeping the ball in the ballpark. He's keeping it on the ground. Was never a high strikeout pitcher in his heyday with the Atlanta Braves. But right now, he definitely can help fantasy owners in a big way as Taijuan. I don't think this is going to hold up the whole season. Right now, available still in 58% of fantasy leagues. And I would take a shot at Taijuan. And if he starts to fizzle out, then you drop him. But right now, he's going 6 or 7 innings for this Milwaukee Brewer team. And they got a decent offense that could back him on most nights. His next matchup, June 21st versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. That definitely would be challenging. But right now, Taijuan, he hasn't been a fluke so far in the early going, even though it could turn around quickly the other way for Taijuan. But right now, pitching good baseball and definitely can help fantasy owners. In 5th at the Reds, 6 and a third, got the loss. 6 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 5 Ks in that game, a quality start. June 10th versus the A's, 7 innings, no decision. 6 hits, a run, a walk, 6 Ks, a quality start. And June 16th versus the Pirates, 6 innings, got the win. A hit, 2 runs, a walk, 4 Ks. So right now he's going out there pitching very solid baseball with Taijuan. 4 quality starts in the last 4 outings, and he definitely helped fantasy owners, in my opinion. So right now, while he's still out there in a decent amount of leagues at 58%, I would give him an ad this week. Next pitcher is Taijuan Walker of the Philadelphia Phillies. So Walker's starting to get comfortable, it looks like, over there in Philly. After the first month and a half of the season, he pretty much was batting practice on the season. 77 and a third, 7-3 record, 66 Ks, a 4.31 ERA, 1.28 whip, and 7 quality starts. But like I said, the last 2 weeks, one of the better pitchers in fantasy baseball. 20 innings, 3-0 record, 21 Ks, 0.45 ERA, 0.08 whip, and 2 quality starts. So right now, getting comfortable in Philly. We know the last few seasons he was in the NL East with the New York Mets. And with Philly, we're seeing the same trends, though, where he's a way better pitcher at home than he is on the road. But the last few weeks, he's definitely figured things out here, is Taijuan Walker. I know he's not going that crazy deep into games, but actually the last 2 out of 3 outings, he's gone 7 innings or deeper, even though he took care of business versus pretty weak hitting teams in the Tigers and the A's. So June 6th versus Detroit, 7 innings, got the win. 2 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 8 Ks, a quality start. June 11th versus the Dodgers, 5 innings, got the win. 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. And June 16th at the A's, 8 innings, got the win. 7 hits, a run, 8 Ks, a quality start. So right now he's going out there pitching good baseball. I know he had pretty great matchups the last 2 out of 3 is Walker, but still a guy in 10 to 14 team league range. You definitely got to go out there and get him in his next outing. Definitely a challenging one versus the hot-hitting Atlanta Brave team June 22nd. But I think Walker could be a decent option. Maybe in that game he does get hit hard, but right now he still will go out there and hit him. Like I said, still out there in 57% of leagues. The next pitcher is his teammate Ranger Suarez of the Philadelphia Phillies. So Suarez, he got off to a slow start coming off the injured list. But the last 2-3 weeks now, he's really gone out there and pitched good baseball. In the year, 37 2/3, 1-2 record, 35 Ks, 3.82 ERA, a 1.33 whip, and 4 quality starts. But the last 2 weeks here for Suarez, 20 innings, 1-0 record, 18 Ks, and 0.90 ERA, a 1.05 whip, and 3 quality starts. So he's going out there, is Ranger Suarez, and he's pitching good baseball for this Philadelphia Philly team. Surprisingly, with him as well now, out there in 71% of fantasy leagues. So he's getting the nice outs as Suarez. He's going deep into games for the most part for this Philly team. And last season we saw with him as well, 10-7 with a 3.65. So the last few outings, June 4th at the Nats, 7 innings, got the win. 8 hits, a run, a walk, 3 Ks, and that one a quality start. June 9th versus the Dodgers, 6 innings, no decision. 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, 8 Ks, a quality start. And June 14th at a hot Diamondback team, 7 innings, no decision, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks, a quality start. So he's going out there pitching good baseball. I know tomorrow's definitely going to be a tough test for Suarez with the Atlanta Braves coming to town, and they're on a crazy hot streak right now, especially slugging and hitting the ball over the fence. But right now, Suarez pitching good baseball, and good pitching's hard to find, especially mid-season right now in fantasy baseball. So while Suarez is out there in 71% of leagues, I give him an ad this week. Next pitch is Tanner Bybee of the Cleveland Guardians. So Bybee so far, I believe he's been pretty solid in his rookie year. I'm not saying he's going out there and lighting it up, but he's still a quality pitcher, I believe, that could help fantasy owners in 12-14 team league. Season for Bybee, 53 1/3, 3-2 record, 51 strikeouts, a 3.91 ERA, a 1.24 WHIP, and 3 quality starts. I know it's been rocky on and off over the last few weeks, but I believe, like I said, he's going to be a guy that can go out there and help fantasy owners. And now with Tristan McKenzie back on the injured list, they're very short at starting pitching right now, is this Cleveland Guardian team. And they probably didn't want to get rid of Zach Plesac now. They could have used the depth. But now, obviously, with the injury to McKenzie, they're going to need another pitcher. But anyway, Bybee's going to stay in this rotation. I know he's had a couple bumps in the road, but I still believe he can help owners in the back end, then has good upside. June 7th versus Boston, 5 innings. Got the win. 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, 2 Ks in that one. June 13th at the Padres, he got rocked in that one. 4 innings, got the loss. 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. But I like he gave up all those runs in the first 2 innings, and at least he went out there and battled in the latter part of his outing, and he pitched decent those last 2 innings. And then June 18th at the D-backs yesterday, 5 innings, got the win. 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. So right now the walks have been a little troubling for Bybee, in my opinion. But obviously with young pitchers, control is going to be an issue from time to time. So right now Bybee in the last few games, the walks, like I said, haven't been horrible, but 7 walks in the last 3 games isn't great either. But coming off a decent outing versus a good hitting team in the Diamondbacks, I definitely would take that. And right now he's available, Bybee, in 53% of fantasy leagues. Next pitch is his teammate Gavin Williams of the Cleveland Guardians. So I'm speculating here a little bit, but it does make sense that Gavin Williams will be the next in line here to come up from the minor leagues. And he's one of the top pitching prospects in baseball. So right now, with Tristan McKenzie on the injury list, Gavin Williams could be next in line. Or they could go the other way with Gaddis as well, who we've seen on and off this season in the rotation. But I think the Guardians, they want stability. They want to see what the young kid Gavin Williams has. And he's been doing a good job right now in AAA. So right now, if you want to get a head start to get Williams on your fantasy team, a pitcher with great upside and a good K rate, right now available in 89% of fantasy leagues, and he definitely has a good chance of taking over the rotation spot, where we know he's out with the right elbow injury, and hopefully he's not going to need Tommy John, is Tristan McKenzie. And the final pitcher I looked at this week here with the Warriors, another rookie, and he had one bad start in the last couple outings. He's looked pretty good, and that's Brian Wu with the Seattle Mariners on the season for Wu. 12 1/3, 0-1 record, 20 Ks, 7.30 ERA, a 1.30 WHIP. So right now, a nice strikeout rate for Wu here. And only 12 1/3, he's got 20 strikeouts already. I know the first outing he got rocked in that ball game, but the last couple outings he's gone out there and he's pitched pretty solid baseball, and he's not going to go anywhere right now. I know Marco Gonzalez is working his way back, but he was struggling before he got injured anyway, was Marco Gonzalez. Last few games for Wu, June 3rd in his debut at Texas, one of the best hitting teams in the league. 2 innings, got the loss. 7 hits, 6 runs, a walk, 4 Ks. June 10th at the Angels, 4 2/3, no decision. 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 7 Ks though in that one. And then June 16th versus the White Sox, 5 2/3, no decision. 3 hits, 2 runs, 9 Ks, so his K rate is very good. Brian Wu, especially the last 2 ball games with 16 strikeouts. June 22nd, not a great matchup with the Yankees, but I think he could be decent. And if you're looking for strikeouts and a guy with upside, I think Brian Wu could bring that to fantasy owners. And right now, he's available in tons of leagues at 92%. So that's a few pitches I look to add here in Week 12 of the fantasy baseball season.